But, guys, the pass for me, even better. He absolutely put that on a platter for him.
Here's Bellinelli on the scoreboard.
And, you know, back to Rudy Gay, he's a tremendous all-around talent. Physically, instinctively, skill-wise, he's got it all. Except that consistent winning touch, that remains to be complete.
And really, just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
Some changes for Sacramento. Kuvas checked in for Cousins. Coley Stein comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's Ben McLemore in for Bellinelli. And then for Houston, Capella's checked in. And it's Matiunas in for Michael Beasley.
And thinking more about Rudy Gay, one key number I look at from last season, his assists. By far the most in his career. And that didn't translate into a ton of wins, but it very well could have been the next step toward getting those wins.
Rockets leading by 4. Paul outside. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Collison. Caspi with the bucket.
Excellent feed from D.C., Darren Collison.
There's 49 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Paul dishes to Matiunas. Ariza passes to Capella. Houston moving the ball around. Harden kicks to Ariza. And that shot misses everything. Air ball on the 3. The Kings trail by 4. A drive by Collison, and that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. Brewer is checked in for James Harden.
Rockets substitution, Corey Brewer.
Rockets on defense. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Collison for 3. Does not score again. That's his 4th miss against 1 make.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
The drive by Paul. With 1 on the clock. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
And he beats the buzzer to end the quarter.
Terrific shot there. I mean, he was calm, he was poised, didn't rush it at all. You got to tip your hat to him. That was well done.
Let the games begin.
And certainly an intriguing matchup tonight. Let's hear from Trevor Ariza on his team's mentality coming in.
You're playing against a team that is very scrappy. You know, they want to win as well. You got to come ready to play. You got to be ready for everything, and you got to be ready to claw to get this win tonight.
Ariza might as well be describing his own game, Clark. Scrappy, ready to play, ready for anything, ready to claw to get that win.
Well, you know, he does have that kind of all-around, all-out game going back to his days at UCLA. I mean, when you combine that with his talent, he's a guy who, no matter where he's been, his teammates rave about him and respect him.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
And we've really seen them get out and establish a real nice rhythm offensively in this game.
Yeah, and they're finding ways to score, multiple ways, playing well and sharing the ball, just operating good at the offensive end.
We've got Rudy Gay. Rajon Rondo is out there with Bellinelli. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's AC in at the 4 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Rajon Rondo, guys, really needs to operate in a system that's point guard centric. He needs the ball to be effective. Off the ball, that's when trouble starts.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
Houston making some changes. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Montejunas, and McMillan subbed in for Chris Paul. And for Rondo, he's almost a throwback at the point, fearlessly taking it to the hole, getting knocked down, and getting right back up to fight another round. The thing maybe against him right now is what kind of guy, influence, what is he like on a team? How does he affect it?
That's a great point. And also nowadays in the NBA, there's more of a premium on shooting and spacing. So it's going to be up to Rondo to adjust to that new style. That's going to be the question. Can he make that transition?
Well said. Bellinelli gets the bucket.
They are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
From deep. The shot is off. Rondo with some nice D. Gay outside. Another miss by Gay.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
And it's McMillan missing.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
McMillan against Rondo. They set the pick. Pass to Cousins. Thinking about DeMarcus Cousins, Clark, when he was selected, people questioned whether he could stay out of trouble. Many doubted that, he could, but he has stayed clean really since day one.
Yeah, going back 5 years ago, a beat writer actually had the audacity to say he would end up in jail at some point, but Cousins has proved him and others wrong.
James Harden, he's checked in for Brewer. Jones, the pass to McMillan. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. It's Harden with the drive. And the rejection by Cousins. And there's a whistle. That goes on Terrence Jones. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Kings. Kufis checked in for Cousins. Caspi comes in for Quincy Acey. And it's Collison in for Bellinelli. And then for Houston, Capella's checked in. And Trevor Ariza subbed in for Michael Beasley.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we can see right there why he does.
Cauley Stein, he's checked in for the Kings. Then McLemore comes in for Rajon Rondo. Now here's Collison. Off the pick. Offensive rebound. Another shot. And there's the nice layup by Cauley Stein.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
And Fresh picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Trying to come back, Kevin, and you can't afford too many mistakes. His fourth turnover hampering their effort.
Now here's Collison. There's a screen. And it's sent back by Howard. But they'll get another chance. Clock at 4. McLemore, no good. So for the Kings, they come in off the loss to the Clippers in Los Angeles. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Houston making some changes. Montejunas comes in for Dwight Howard. And Chris Paul subbed in for McMillan. Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
Now here's Collison. Here's Caspi.
That happened. And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Paul, no one around him. Hits the three-point bomb. Paul's got 5 now.
You come off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first.
And I think it's fair to say last season was a bit of a transition year for the Kings. I mean, after firing Malone and the injuries to their stars, they just tried to build for the future, realizing that was going to be in their best interest.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Now here's Ariza. Pass to Capella. Ariza outside. Lets it fly from 18. The second chance effort. Kufis with the block. Here is Caspi, guarded by Harden. Collison dishes to Cauley Stein. That's good. Now it's a 4-point Kings lead. And the Kings last year were able to get George Karl to lead the team. A good hire for them. This team did decent under him back in the last half of the season.
Yeah, they still got a lot of work to do, but he can certainly make it happen for him. One of the outstanding coaches in our league. The Kings actually were in it for a while last year, but then had a mini rebuild mid-season.
But he stays with it. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. Stolen by Collison. The Kings shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And he makes the first.
Collison. 2 shots.
And he can't hit the second. Paul with the ball. It's Ariza on the wing. And the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. And the first half comes.
Well, thank you.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal. Some excellent work early from Rudy Gay. He had 10 points and 3 rebounds. And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. It's been quite a game for Rudy Gay.
Yeah, he was in attack mode from the word go. Came out very aggressively in that first half.
Take a look at his shot chart. It looks like the ink spilled right at the rim. No reason for him to settle for anything less.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Rockets. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Beasley out there with Howard. And it's McMillan in at the point guard position. Fades away. And he gets it to go. McMillan's got the game tied up here for the Rockets.
And when he's got that much of a height advantage on the perimeter, it's really tough on the defender. Easy three-pointer.
Back to Rondo. The feed now to Cousins. Shot is no good. Great D that time from Howard. And for the Rockets, they're shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all.
DeMarcus Cousins can really be unstoppable at times on offense. He's shown star qualities ever since he stepped into the NBA. But it wasn't until last season that he was voted to the All-Star game.
And here's Rondo. James Harden picking up that last basket. Here's boom! And nobody getting in the way.
Not at all. Major throwdown there.
Now here's Rondo. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. There's the screen. Dishes to Cousins. To halt the run. It's rebounded by Houston.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot.
McMillan. Good D by Rondo.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here. Houston making a switch here. Brewers checked in. To the paint. Here's AC. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Rondo's got 5 assists tonight.
Maybe with that, the lid on this basket will be lifted for him.
McMillan against Rondo. McMillan kicks to Howard. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on DeMarcus Cousins.
And guys, you know, we've talked about it before, but it bears repeating. Dwight Howard may be the best overall rebounder in the last decade. 5 times out of the last 8 years, he's led the league in rebounding. That's almost impossible to do in the modern NBA.
Houston making a switch here. Jones is checked in, and it's Rondo penetrating. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
You know, yeah, guys, last year was a rough one for him at the stripe. I mean, it's going to be hard for him not to improve on those numbers. They were that bad. 1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here.
Beasley for 3. Here's McMillan. Banked in off the glass. McMillan's got 11 points.
So they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
And it's sent back by Howard.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
Howard is still Clark, an efficient rebounder, still prolific, in fact, but he's no longer dominant. Last year he had not one 20-plus rebound game. Tell me the last time that happened.
Well, you know, this being Dwight's 12th season in the league, Kevin, a lot of wear and tear on him. I think he's trying to fight through it, and he's still very much more than serviceable. Wants to get a ring, and he's doing his part to try to make that happen.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hey, guys. Well, George Karl had some advice for the team in that last huddle. He said their plan was to run their offense through Gay. Coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you very much. It's Tip with some arc. He lays it in. And now just a 3-point Rocket lead.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Now here's Gay. 10 points for him. Excellent D there from Beasley.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And the basket good. Brewers got the lead up to 7 now for Houston.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Kicks it to Gay. That falls. Great assist by Darren Collison. That's 12 points for Rudy Gay.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
On the wing, Brewer. He kicks it to Howard. To the paint, here's Beasley, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Beasley's got the lead back up to 7 now for the Rockets. Well, the main problem last year for the Kings, Greg, their defense. Just couldn't slow teams down on their end of the court, and it cost them.
Yeah, listen, a lot of it had to do with the defensive problems overall. They were pretty much in the bottom 10 of every major defensive category, and dead last in blocks as well.
And there's the foul, and Darren Collison picks it up. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Kufis comes in for DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Caspian for Quincy Asa.
That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these two teams here in the second half.
And, Greg, that difference has come about because we've got one team moving crisply, getting good shots, and the other is just kind of stagnant.
And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today. He's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
Paul passes to Jones. Back to Paul. Here's Capella. Sacramento grabs the miss. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Collison, and it's blocked. Out of bounds, Kings ball. Sacramento keeps possession. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Sacramento. Ben McLemore comes in for Rajon Rondo. And then for Houston, Monty Eunice is checked in for Terrence Jones. Riza comes in for Michael Beasley. And it's James Harden in for Corey Brewer. Now, here's Kufis. Looking for his first basket still in this one. 6 to shoot. And he gets it to go.
Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Paul outside. Lets the three fly. Off target. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Houston on top. Up by... We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The fourth quarter of action getting started. Rockets leading by 5. Collison is out there with Bellinelli. Then there's Cauley Stein. Then there's Caspi. And it's Kufis in at the pivot spot manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
That's been their bread and butter in the second half. They've really knocked down their long-range shots.
And as hot as they are, no need to play conservative. Keep firing away.
Now here's Collison. Here's the screen. Shot clock at 6. Cauley Stein dishes to Bellinelli. And he gets the bucket.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Clark, they've shared the load offensively.
Yeah, they've done a nice job with it, Kevin. Everybody's touching the ball. There's a nice flow to what they're doing offensively.
And, guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
And what's your take, guys, in the hustle steps for the Rockets?
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
And Fresh picks up the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. Rudy Gay's checked in for Caspi. And a switch here also for Houston. Beasley's checked in. Here's Bellinelli. Outside Collison. To the inside. Here's Cousins. And it comes off the front of the rim.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
Cousins with a screen on McMillan. Collison kicks to Gay. The pass to Cousins. 5 to shoot. The 10-footer. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
Greg, he got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off. Well, DeMarcus Cousins in this one, he's got 8 points and also a block shot.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for the Kings. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. And for Trevor Ariza, almost exclusively a perimeter player on the offense last year. New scheme, Greg, new teammates, big adjustment.
Yeah, the Rockets having Dwight Howard camping out in the lane and James Harden needing space for dribble drives. Not much room to operate inside for Ariza.
But they do like his defense, and we know he can hit the 3. It's a pretty valuable commodity for him. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Yes, Kevin, over that break, I was able to catch the message George Karl was giving to his team. He got after them and told them to turn up the intensity, saying, we've put ourselves in a corner, and now we've got to fight our way out. Show me what you have. Let's see if we've got what it takes, guys.
Thank you, Doris.
You know, you talk about Trevor Ariza last season. I mean, his field goal percentage dipped to 40, mostly because he only took 3s or so it appeared. It's hard to be efficient if you're only shooting 3s.
And even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, they're in a nice zone right now, and that basket looks you know it can handle 2 balls at once. It looks like now it could probably, for them, handle 3 or 4 balls at once as well as they're shooting it.
And guys, when you think about Trevor Ariza, he was signed by Houston last year to play defense. And did he deliver on that end? He was usually matched up against the opponent's best wing scorer, and he had the highest steals average of his career, almost 2 a game. Add to that, he is a knockdown shooter from beyond the arc. And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
Uses both hands to slam it down.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
AC and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
That's his first personal.
Yeah, the Rockets were able to make it to the 2nd spot in the West at the very end of the season. Actually came down to the last day. They could have ended as low as 6th going into the final games.
Last season for the Rockets, they finished as the number 2 G8. They had to battle the whole way through.
Yeah, in part because of injuries. I mean, the Rockets did well to come in 2nd in the West, but it was because they took care of the so-called easy games. 33 wins in the conference, but a record of 12-16 against the other playoff teams out west. It's hard to believe that he's a point guard. I mean, he can power those dunks down as well as any big man in the league.
Seeing that kind of bounce out of that spot on the floor.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Here's McMillan, and he jams it with authority.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
Outside Rondo. He dishes it to Gay. Puts up a 3. That's good.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
McMillan passes to Beasley. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Rajon Rondo.
Boy, last year the Rockets dealt with a lot of injuries. I mean, the front court and post players were hit the hardest. I think almost every Rocket big would end up missing some time.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Kings. And a switch here also for Houston. Chris Paul, he's checked in for McMillan. Here's Cauley Stein, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Rockets.
And Clark, their hard work on the glass paid off.
You know, they both are excellent rebounding teams. I thought it was a tough battle underneath both ways.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Fresh. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
And last season, GA, as you were talking about, the injuries for the Rockets did pile up. Dwight Howard was out. Terrence Jones was out. They missed those guys for multiple games.
Yeah, and that hurt them inside. But also, remember, Beverly goes down right before the playoffs. So, in all, the Rockets had 180 missed games on their roster due to injury. Amazing they stayed so resilient and were able to capture that 2 seed.
Inside, here's Koufos. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And it's McMillan missing.
Yeah, real nice shot selection there. I guess he's working on his buzzer beater form.
That's a reach, but perhaps that is the case. Or maybe he was trying to knock a bird off of the scoreboard.
Is about right. Because I still can't figure that one out.
No, I see no birds of them.
No. And the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way things turned out today.
Well, Greg, this was a well-deserved win. I mean, they came into this building and acted like it was their home turf. I mean, they were the ones calling the shots and controlling everything.
A nice shot by Koufos.
And really, if this had come just a little earlier, they may have been able to get back into the game.
Yeah, I agree with you. They needed this a lot sooner than they got it.
Here's McMillan. From deep. But they recover it. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award went.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
And hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. No matter what they threw at him during the second half, it seemed like he had the answer and was able to find all the shots he wanted.
He had a sensational night shooting the ball. Over 60% reminds me of myself. If you're shooting over 60%, you're playing smart. You're being aggressive, and you're creating opportunities. What a spectacular performance.
Just an unreal performance for him in so many ways. That was a player at the absolute top of his game. It's hard to imagine someone being any more dominant than he was tonight.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious